Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very welcome, and I trust you enjoyed my last video on international sensation Jennifer Lopez. So I trust you found that one encouraging. We're going from there to New Jersey in 1987. This band started out as London Fog. Alan LeBoff and Michael Bongara got together and formed a bit of a band. Michael would meet soon to be married Kathy Baillie, and they would drop the name London Fog and adopt the name Baillie and the Boys. So they became a trio around New Jersey, but at the insistence of a friend, because these guys had very good three-part harmony, and they were kind of calm, bit of an East Coast pop sound together with country rock. It wasn't a matter of time before these guys moved to Nashville, Tennessee. And they're really glad they did too, because also in 1987 they got signed to RCA Records and out-popped a self-titled album. Now this album was very big indeed for these guys. They kind of hit the ground running, and a song of that album that got to number 9, Oh Hearts. We've got a live version of that one below. A little bit later in their career, this song, you can see that the harmonies are all there, the tight musicianship, and the incredible songwriting, and Kathy Bailey's voice is absolutely amazing. But in 1988, Alan thought, well, I think I'll just leave it to the two of you, and so they would become a duo, husband and wife duo, for 1988. And we got the album Turn the Tide that got released in 1988. And we got the official clip of I Can't Turn the Tide. Now, this is a bit of an interesting song, this one, and there's a bit of a theme going through these songs. And there's, hey, things are kind of coming to a bit of an end. Doesn't matter what I do, doesn't matter what I try, doesn't matter how intimate or affectionate I am with you, I can't keep you here if you want to leave. I do wonder how this happens. Because at one minute we're like all loving and, we're having incredible passion and, we're holding hands, the sky's blue and the grass is green and all the rest of it. But the next minute somebody's leaving. How do we get from one place to another? Well, I would argue that it's because things haven't been kept fresh. Things have got a bit boring, and every time you just try and do something, it's just all a bit too much of an effort. You think, well, I won't bother making an effort because there's no point anyway. A relationship is a relationship, isn't it? Sure, they do end relationships, and there's been no shortage of relationships ending over the years, but they don't have to, do they? Because certainly when we get together, we have every intention of this being the forever one. This is the great one, the incredible one, absolutely amazing. We want them forever because we want that companion in our life. We want that intimate person in our life as well. We want to be able to do life with somebody. That's the hope anyway, isn't it? Or are we thinking that we're just going to just hope that there might be somebody better out there? So when we get tired of this one, well, we'll just find somebody else. Well, that's not a really fair way of thinking, is it? I do wonder how many people in relationships have still got dating apps on their phones and they're still scrolling through them. That's the same as having not a physical affair but an emotional affair, isn't it? Well, I would argue that, yeah, it is. So if you're scrolling through dating apps while you're in a relationship, well, that's not the best look, I wouldn't have thought. Could be that your foot's already halfway out the door. Well, if it is halfway out the door and there's no chance of being redeemed, well, you're going to do everything you can to be kind to your partner who may not realise what's happening. It's also a bit of an acknowledgement, I think, too, that if you hear someone say to you, hey, look, it feels like you might be leaving. I don't want you to leave. I'm trying everything I can, but I can't keep you here. If you're getting those sort of lines thrown at you, well, the other person's treading water a little bit, aren't they? And they're struggling. And they actually don't want you to go. So what do we do at that point? Do we keep on walking? Or do we stop and just have a bit of a think for a second about turning your back on someone who knows you, who's spent intimate moments with you, who's spoken with you many, many times? All of that. You're willing to turn your back on all of that just to find something new. So if you are the person who feels like they can't turn the tide, there's something beautifully honest about this song, and that is that, hey, look, I'm doing my damnedest here, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. What can I do? What can we do differently to keep our relationship alive? Because while you're still sitting in the same room, you've still got a chance, haven't you, to just stop for a second and to think. So may this song be a bit of a warning and a challenge to those of us today who are struggling in our relationship. We've also got an official clip of Long Shot, and basically this is before a relationship starts. Obviously the girl likes the guy, and I'm going to do everything I can to get to you, so get ready for me. There's something quite good about the confidence of this girl singing this song. In 1990, out came the album The Lights of Home, and we've got Treat Me Like a Stranger. You're Tired of Me, the one I fell in love with the first time. There's a bit of a Facebook's got many little sayings going out at the moment, and one is that, hey, affairs start because they're exciting and fresh and a bit different. Well, bring that into your relationship, bring that into your marriage, just bring that in to keep it fresh and alive. Why not be that person that they're looking for? Why not be that freshness, that aliveness in a relationship? Anything we can do to keep things fresh and alive is a beautiful thing, because we don't want to be treated like a stranger. We prefer the lights of home to be on, absolutely. So we've got an official clip of that one below. So Baillie and the Boys, I first came across these guys through Kathy Baillie and a song of hers. She did have a solo album in 2007, but these guys have actually had 5 albums and 10 top 40 singles. So in the scheme of things, pretty successful, and they really have established themselves by adopting this East Coast sound, but with this Nashville songwriting, I suppose, culture and the way of doing things. They've kind of created a bit of a blend and been quite innovative in many, many ways. So it's good to give Baillie and the Boys a bit of a go today. Well, in this case, Baillie and Michael. So the links, obviously, when they do perform, and you've seen a few clips below that, they do have a few other people on stage with them. These guys are very well regarded in the United States, around Nashville, Tennessee. So the links to those 4 clips are in the description below, and I've also included my last video from Jennifer Lopez. If you want to recap on her, feel free. Well, if this is your first time to Life Reflection to Music, or you've come back for another one, how great to see everybody here. Well, I think we can move on to the K's in this series. And obviously, if you want to challenge me on the A to J's that I've covered so far, gee, there were a lot of J's, weren't there? Lots of Johns and Jims. and other artists in there as well. And so, you know, there's a lot of artists in my J playlist. But we are going to get onto the K's next time. I'm going to look at KD Lang. Now she's K.D. Lang. So she's going to be right up at the top of the K's in my K playlist. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.